Welcome to Cedarwood Gardens. Our home was established in the 1970s along with many of the gardens. They contain established invasive plants which we didn't know about and will be replacing them when they die. 10 years ago, we started refurbishing the gardens and we added a retirement, a whimsy, and a sun garden along with Rabbit Run. Our goals were to create a pleasant and safe environment that both we and our dogs could enjoy. We also wanted to encourage wildlife while controlling the destruction of deer and rabbits to our plants. Mulching costs versus purchasing plant material were a big consideration. We chose the name Cedarwood in the English tradition of naming their homes and gardens. We admired the magnificent cedars of the Northwest, so added native cedars to our property. This bed was established as a small bulb garden. 4 years ago, we enlarged the bed to reflect the size of our yard and introduced native plants to the bed. Some plants adapted very quickly while others died. New native plants are introduced each year to fill in the holes of the garden. A 30-foot maple existed in this bed and was removed after being hit by lightning. The soil was amended with compost, and native seedlings obtained through Franklin County Soil and Water were planted as part of the Native Plant Backyard Challenge. Clay tiles were added for decoration and height. And the second year of our Native Plant Backyard Challenge, we planted coreopsis and serviceberry. We moved extra plants from other parts of the yard to create a nice, bright, sunny garden. Originally, this bed contained 3 willow trees. As they died, they were replaced with river birches. Here is the final resting place for our pets. We introduced the Japanese iris approximately 5 years ago and liriope 2 years ago. Weeding has always been a problem. For several years, we had wild daisies surrounding the trees, but they were short-bloomed and needed deadheaded to look manicured. Since then, we have been looking for other living mulch solutions. We've tried violets and wood anemone, but both have been eaten by deer and rabbits. Our next choice is to try a low-growing grass, which we are investigating as to what variety. Possum Run was named after we discovered a dead possum on the walkway. By the time we returned to remove the animal, it had run away. In the spring, we have a terrible runoff situation. We resolved this issue by digging culverts and adding stone paths for the water to channel. The French lilacs were transplanted to the bed from the patio area about 5 years ago. Each year we plant a few more coneflowers to fill in the holes in the bed. 4 years ago, we removed a dead pine, which increased the size of the bed, and we will continue to add coneflower, Indian paintbrush, and yarrow to the area. For years, this area was not maintained. The forsythia had grown 10 feet tall and spread throughout the bed. Hostas filled the vacant spots. 3 years ago, we cut back the forsythia, replanted much of the hosta, added shrubs and willows to combat the wetness. A bog was created and planted with pitcher plant, pickerel weed, cattails, and horsetail. This year we removed most of the bog and added a small koi pond. The horsetails were planted along the fence line to create a hedge for years to come. Clematis was added to camouflage the utility boxes. This flower bed was originally a red, white, and blue garden. Numerous plant varieties of plant material were added and allowed to grow without supervision. 10 years ago, we removed much of the plant material and amended the bed. Plants were replanted in groups and lines to eliminate the haphazard look that had developed. An arbor and path were added to prevent the dogs from running through the bed, as well as to create a path for our neighbors. Water features were added to encourage birds and insects. Lights along the path and on the pagoda provide night effects. The front beds of our home took on a new look 2 years ago after 2 of our plane trees died. We replaced the area with redbuds, hydrangeas, ferns, and more. 4 years ago, we took down 8 dead spruce trees along the driveway and replaced them with dogwoods, pines, and a living mulch of sedum. We put in a drainage ditch to help with rain runoff from the grass. We added a stump garden that encourages insects and wildlife as it decomposes. This year, we added a rain garden. We will continue to limit our lawn service to the spring pre-emergent, midsummer grub treatment, and fall fertilization with aeration and overseeding. Who knows what the future holds? Thank you for touring our gardens.